Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Snowfall, Season 4, Episode 9, Sleeping Dogs. So, I've been calling the girl Tanisha all this time. Her name Tanose, something like that. It ain't what I've been saying. I'ma just call her T. T in there pleading her case with Franklin. And he ain't here for it. He's not listening to anything she's saying. She's really like trying to lay it on thick. You know, she's bringing in the story about her brother and her brother being jumped in jail and all of that. He like, listen, if you needed that much help, if you was in that much of a bind, then you could have said something to me a long time ago. But you played me. I want to know why. He don't want to hear the sob story. He don't want to hear that. Franklin gets a page and so he has to leave, and he tells Peaches to stay with her. He'll be back. Franklin goes and pulls up on Jerome. You know, Jerome is already loading up the car. He getting ready to go over there and do what he need to do. And Franklin, you know, is warning him that Manboy and the crew, they are waiting. They will be waiting. And you're going to walk into a bad situation and get a whole lot of people killed because you're not thinking. And, you know, Jerome don't care. He's ready to go. Franklin ends up telling them about Tanose and, you know, and her dealings with Manboy, whatever. And Jerome is like, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? How that feel? Franklin is just like, I mean, but we have the gun now. Like, we could give her bad intel. Well, we could get her, you know, to give Manboy bad intel, you know, like set him up. We could use her, you know, it's no big deal. We are still in charge of the girls. Jerome say he tired of plotting and scheming. He like, I'm tired of the schemes. I'm tired of the scams. I'm tired of all of that. I'm just finna go over there guns a-blazing, and that's just that. F what you saying, Franklin. And he say he tired of taking orders from Franklin. Jerome has just had it. Franklin ends up putting his guns down and squares up. Like, all right, you know what? You're gonna have to just fight me. Fight me then. Because that's how you gonna get over there to them. You're gonna have to go through me. You're gonna have to fight me. And so that's exactly what they do. Jerome was like, all right, boy, you want to do this? Let's do this. And he roughs him up real good. Franklin down on the ground, still running his mouth. Still, he got heart. My man's got heart, okay? He got his behind whooped. But, you know, Jerome, of course, you know, he's proud. I'm proud of you. You took a good beating. I'm proud of you. Franklin says, of course, you know, because he's like, when your sister and when your wife asks me, you know, what happened to you or what I do to, you know, stop you from going over there and being stupid, I got to tell him I did everything I can. I did everything I can. You done beat my ass. I'm down here on the ground. And I'm still, you know, ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Jerome calls him a stubborn MFer, and you know, I'll stall him out just this once for you. Franklin, Leon, and Jerome, they make Tanose call Manboy, you know, set the whole thing up. She in there trying to plead with Jerome. Jerome don't care, girl. Jerome don't care. He like slides the gun in her direction, just like, bitch, just make the call. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. Just make the call. And so she makes the call. Manboy, he want details, you know, on how she found all of this stuff out. As soon as she get to trying to give details, Franklin sit up in her face just like that. I mean, sit up close, like he was right here in her face. And she on the phone, scared and nervous. You know, don't say the wrong thing, girl, because just don't say the wrong thing. Manboy, you know, he agrees to meet or whatever under the bridge. You know, she gives him a location and he and his crew gonna be there. Irene, we see she's doing a radio show and Alton is there. I guess it's some like underground, you know, like woke radio station where we talk conspiracy theories and all that kind of stuff. And she's on there. She gonna tell it all because she done lost her job and she ain't got nothing to lose. So she prepared to name names and everything. If the CIA doesn't get in front of this and basically start admitting stuff, then she's going to come out with names. And that's just that. Meanwhile, at the same time, Reed is listening in, you know, on this little radio station. So he's hearing the whole thing. Manboy ends up showing up to Tanose's house. And he on to her. He come in there, you know, you set me up, bitch. You set me up. He already know. His boys is out in the car, but he in there, you know, he pull out his gun and he gonna get her. But when he gets her down on the floor, she pulls out a knife out of, you know, out of her pants, out of her drawers or something, and cuts him. And, you know, that gets him off of her. And when just as he gets up and he cocks his gun and he about to shoot her, he gets shot. Who? By who? Franklin. So Franklin, Leon, and Jerome come from around the corner. That was the setup. Was a setup. These people are brilliant. But anyway, outside, Jerome goes out there and he takes care of Man Boy's homies. He just run through. Settled that. And when he coming back in the house, you know, Man Boy is in there with Franklin pleading. Well, not pleading, but talking shit. He down on the ground talking shit. And to no say she thinks she gonna try to slide out, but Jerome is coming back in the house like, where you going, girl? No, go on and get back in here. Because you ain't going nowhere. Man Boy down there on the ground trying to crawl and get the gun. Just give it up. Just give it up. Franklin, you know, standing over him. He just really talking shit. Man Boy, like, you would think you would be begging for your life. No, he just, you weak, you whack. You ain't gonna never be shit. You whack. You still whack. Just down there, you still whack. You still ain't shit. I still beat your ass. No, you about to die. You about to die. What you need to be saying is, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pasture. You need to be prayed up. Because you about to meet Jesus, okay? That's what you should be saying. But that ain't what Man Boy on. Man Boy is a, you know, he gonna rah until the end. And that's exactly what he does. And Franklin puts a few more in him. And, you know, go on and finish him off. And he say, talk too much. He does. He does. He definitely was very talkative. You know, of course, they turn around and they looking at Tenose like, okay, you next. They go over, Franklin goes over there to her and wipes off the prints, you know, on her robe or whatever. And he tells her, yeah, okay, now you gonna call the police. You a good liar. Do what you do. And this is on you. This is on you. And I don't know what you're gonna do about the bodies outside, but you, like I said, you are a good liar. So you do what you have to do and you tell them what you need to tell them. This is on you now. And man puts the gun in her hand, so now the prints are on her. You know, he tells her to tell him it's a robbery, but who knows what's gonna happen to her. Girl, you got all kind of bodies on you now, and they just done dropped them and left them right there in your house and at your doorstep. That's what you get. That's what you get for being a snake. Khadijah, we see she just got the news about Man Boy. Scully coming there, and, you know, she tells him what's going on. And he's like, see, I told him. He's so stupid for going over there. I told him. And she gonna pick up a daggone glass ashtray and hit him upside the head with it like he crazy. Like, Scully is the one that is becoming the more level-headed one out of their little crew. And I guess it's because Scully sees all the bodies dropping all around him. And it's like, okay, at this point, we got to do something different. He told her, listen, you're going to have to get that hate out your heart. Because you're going to get us all killed. She don't want to hear that. She tells him, listen, if it were me, wouldn't you still be going to war? Like, we talking about the lady's baby. You know, it's not like it's her friend that got killed. Her baby, her child was murdered. So, yeah, I get why she upset, but she has to get it together. She's moving very, you know, irrationally, not, you know, she's not thinking clearly. She gets on the phone and, you know, calls up Ronnie and Trix. I don't know their real name, but or I should say I don't know their name on here, but she called up Ronnie and Trix, and she tells them that she gonna up the bounty. Back at the hospital, Louie, she's awake now, and Jerome is in there with her, and he told her everything, you know, and she tells Franklin, she suggests that, you know, they use Ronnie and Trix to get at Khadijah. You know, offer them more money, offer them, you know, a better lifestyle. And so they'll do it. They some birds. Jerome is down with the plan as well. Reed and Gustavo, we see that they part ways. You know, Reed is telling him that he done got fired. He got his bags packed. Basically, he's saying that they have taken him off of this case and that, you know, that's just that. You know, that he'll get a new handler. And so they're just going to part ways. Gustavo, he tells Gustavo to watch his back though before leaving. I don't know. I don't know what Gustavo gonna do from here, but Reed say he out, and so it's nothing he can do about it. Jerome, he out there having a cigarette when Sissy walks up. You know, she's checking on him and Louie or whatever, and you know, she apologizes to him for anything in the past that she's done. You know, that's her little brother, and she's just always tried to protect him. She understands why, you know, he does what he does, or why he led the life that he did. And she doesn't blame him for, you know, Franklin's, you know, wayward ways. She don't blame him for none of it. You know, so they cool. Ronnie and Trix, they at the club, you know, counting their money, and Wanda come dropping by. Wanda says she got a proposition. She got a business proposition for them. She says she know where Leon is. She can take him to him, but all she wants is a cut of that bounty. They like, I thought you was in love with Leon. She's like, I mean, I was, but I took a bullet for him and he didn't give a shit. So I'm thinking revenge at this point. Yeah. I'll tell you where he is. Wanda a good one, ain't she? She a real one. She a real one. As soon as I heard Wanda's voice, I was like, bingo. Bingo. Now you're thinking, Franklin. Now you're thinking. Javi and Reed, they having a drink or whatever, you know, because Reed got to go around everybody he been working with and tell them, listen, I'm out. They're going to put somebody else in. It's been cool. It's been real. Reed just informed him, you know, that he'll be leaving. And so he tells him he's sticking around in town for a little bit, though. But, you know, they're going to send another point of contact. Wanda, Ronnie, and Trix pull up to the spot where Leon is. And Leon, you know, is out there, and, you know, they think that they got it. You know, they think the situation is cool. But Jerome and Peaches come speeding, pulling up. Everybody get to pull up and surrounding them. And so now they know it's a setup. And so they get out, and they have Wanda, you know, at gunpoint. Wanda like, Leon, leave. Now, you ain't said I was going to be held at gunpoint. You say nothing about no guns. Hell, you got me doing. You know, they using her as a shield or whatever. Franklin comes out. He basically offers them a job. Wanda like, y'all gonna offer them a job before me? Leon like, girl, Wanda, what you think you doing? You are working for us. Duh, not just please stick to the script, girl. He offers them, you know, a job, throws a wad of cash on the car, and you know, for Ronnie and Trix, that's all they need to see. They like, okay, cool. What we need to do? What you want us to do? I'll do that. They call Khadijah. She picks up, you know, a gun on the counter. She ready. She think they done got Leon. She gonna go do what she got to do. Scully like, I'm not going with you to do that. She like, if you ain't down, then we ain't got nothing. And she just leave. Irene, she's having a drink when Reed pops up, you know, and she got the nerve to be, she got a tube with him. When you around here wrecking shop, girl. Nobody is hurting you. This is just damaging. Yes, it's damaging to the community, my community. She would, all this our community, girl, my community. It's rare I see a Asian crackhead. It's rare. And when I say rare. So don't our community me, okay, Irene? Let's not do it. But anyway, Reed pops in there, you know, he say he disgruntled and he ready to talk. And so she like, cool, I'll get out my tape recorder. Go on and now I want everything. Now don't you leave no details out. And Reed says, listen, they gonna try to take me off the case. All this shit I done built up. Oh yeah, I'm talking. I'm singing like a canary. And so he gonna tell it all. Khadijah, she get to the spot and they immediately disarm her. So girl, that's a setup. And you know, she's still talking shit too. That's, I guess her brother, they gonna go down with the fight. Okay. Leon come up to her and he's trying to reason with her and trying to apologize. I think that he was gonna they were gonna let her live. I don't know if they were gonna try to talk their way out of it or try to negotiate with her, but Leon wasn't on that. And he's trying to talk or whatever, and she's still, you know, like, F you. I don't care about nothing I don't care about none of that what you saying. She gave a little static. Jerome ain't like it. Jerome killed her. Jerome just flat out shot that lady dead right there. Leon is like, you didn't have to do that. Like, You didn't have to do that. I was talking her down. I was going to get her to do what we needed her to do. And you just jumped the gun. Jerome is like, I don't want to hear none of that. He don't want to hear none of that. Jerome just about, listen, I'm just taking names. He has officially snapped. Reed and Irene, they leave the bar that they were at drunk boots. And I should have, like, the whole time Reed was interacting with Irene, I was thinking something is afoot. And I don't know what it is, but I just don't trust this interaction. I think Reed is either going to put something in this lady drink or like, I don't know I don't know. I didn't know what the angle was, but they leaving and she drunk and she still got the nerve to be smug with him, you know, telling him this doesn't absolve you. Like, just because you did all this, it still don't make you a good person. Girl, shut up. He takes it, you know, takes it on the chin and just leaves. Alton, we see he drops by the hospital. He tells Sissy, you know, he's not leaving anymore. If she ain't coming with him, he ain't going. And he's there to check on her. And while they, you know, she gives him a hug, and while they're hugging, Franklin walk up like, what the fuck you doing here? Why are you here? He say, I'm here to check on. That ain't your job no more. Skate. And so what does Alton do? He leaves. Because what else he gonna do? On the ride home, Irene is on the ride from, you know, driving home. Irene, she ends up falling asleep at the wheel. Like, I mean, like that. She was, you know, driving, and then all of a sudden it was, she was out of there. And, you know, ends up running into a parked car or whatever. When she comes to, it's Reed. Reed standing over her. And then he just puts his hand over her mouth and smothers her. And so, you know, he's made this out to look like just some drunk driving. I'm like, she ain't even, the cars weren't even that damaged for her to be dead from this. Like, somebody is anybody, I'm sure somebody gonna look into this. But anyway, he killed her and take the tape recorder. The next day, Franklin and Sissy, you know, they see that she's been, you know, she dead. She done came up dead. And, you know, Sissy looking, you know, like, oh my God. Reed ends up dropping by the hospital, and he ain't there to talk about Irene though. He's like, listen, don't drink and drive. Franklin's like, really? Just done killed the lady? Okay. But he's like, but I'm here to talk about what's gonna be done about Alton. So what you gonna do about, I done did what I needed to do. What you gonna do? What you gonna do about Alton? Alton is also watching the news and hears about Irene's death, and you know, so he's scared as hell too now. Yes, it done got real. You thought it wasn't gonna be like this? Anyway, he panics and heads for the door. He's out of there, or he's headed somewhere. I don't know. It ends there. It come on tonight, y'all. So we'll be back again with another Snowfall review, of course. So be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.